Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our 30-day English shadowing challenge. We are so happy you are here with us today. If you have been practicing every day, congratulations, you are making great progress. Learning English takes time, patience, and daily practice. Every lesson you complete brings you one step closer to speaking English with confidence. Today's lesson is very important because we are going to talk about some of the most common mistakes English learners make. These mistakes are normal, and almost every learner makes them at some point. The good news is that once you understand them, they become much easier to avoid. So relax, listen carefully, and don't forget to repeat every sentence after us. Shadowing is one of the best ways to improve your pronunciation, fluency, and confidence.
That's right. Many English learners worry too much about making mistakes, but mistakes are actually a sign that you are learning. Nobody speaks perfect English on the first day. Even advanced learners sometimes make small grammar or pronunciation mistakes. What really matters is practicing every day and learning from those mistakes. Today, we'll explain several common mistakes using easy examples so you can understand them clearly. As always, listen carefully, repeat the sentences aloud, and try to copy the pronunciation and rhythm. The more you practice, the more natural your English will become.
I always get confused between make and do.
Don't worry, many learners have the same problem.
When should I use make?
Use make when you create or produce something.
For example, I make breakfast every morning.
Exactly, and use do for work, tasks, or activities.
So I should say, I do my homework every evening.
Perfect. You're learning quickly.
Now, let's learn another common mistake. Many learners confuse for and since. These two words are very useful when talking about time, but they have different meanings. We use for when talking about a period of time, such as 2 days, 3 months, or 5 years. We use since when talking about the starting point of an action, such as Monday, 2021, or last week. A simple question can help you remember. Ask yourself, am I talking about how long, or am I talking about when it started? If you are talking about the length of time, use for. If you are talking about the starting point, use since. This small difference makes your English sound much more natural.
Let's practice together. Listen and repeat. I have lived here for 5 years. Excellent. Now repeat this one. I have lived here since 2021. Great job. Remember that these expressions are used every day in English conversations. The more you hear and repeat them, the easier they become. Don't just memorize grammar rules. Learn complete sentences, because your brain remembers patterns better than individual words. That is one of the biggest benefits of shadowing practice.
Fantastic work. This is only the first part of today's lesson. Keep listening, keep repeating every sentence aloud, and most importantly, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Every mistake is another opportunity to improve your English.
Let's continue with another common English mistake. This time, we're talking about a and an. Many learners think the rule is simple. They believe you use a before consonants and an before vowels. That is sometimes true, but the real rule is different. The correct choice depends on the sound of the next word, not the first letter. English pronunciation can be surprising, so it's important to listen carefully and practice with real examples.
Exactly. For example, we say an hour because the H in hour is silent. The word begins with a vowel sound, so an is correct. But we say a university because university begins with a Y sound. Even though the first letter is U, the sound is like U, so we use a instead of an. The more you listen to native English, the easier this rule becomes. Don't focus only on spelling. Always pay attention to the pronunciation.
Is it a hour or an hour?
It's an hour,
Why do we use an?
because the H is silent.
What about university?
We say a university.
Even though it starts with the letter U?
Yes, because it starts with the Y sound.
Now I understand. It's about the sound, not the letter.
Exactly. Great job.
Now, let's learn another useful expression, few and a few. These two expressions look almost the same, but they give different meanings. A few means you have a small number, but it is enough. It sounds positive or neutral. Few, without a, means not many, and usually suggests that there are not enough. It often sounds negative. Learning this small difference will help you speak more naturally and understand English conversations better.
Let's practice with some examples. Listen carefully and repeat after me. I have a few close friends. This means I have some friends, and I am happy with that. Now listen to this sentence. I have few close friends. This sounds more negative. It suggests that I don't have enough friends or I feel lonely. Can you hear the difference? One small word completely changes the feeling of the sentence.
Do you have many English books?
I have a few English books.
That's great. Do you read them every day?
Yes, I try to read a little every evening.
What if someone says, I have few books?
That means they don't have enough books.
I see. A few sounds positive, but few sounds negative.
Exactly. You're improving every day.
Excellent work. You have learned 2 more common English mistakes today. Remember, learning English is not about being perfect. It is about practicing every day, speaking with confidence, and learning from every mistake. Keep repeating these examples until they feel natural. In the next part, we'll talk about the right mindset for learning English and why making mistakes is actually a good thing.
Let's talk about something even more important than grammar. Many English learners believe they must speak perfectly before they can have a conversation. They worry about making mistakes, forgetting words, or using the wrong grammar. Because of this fear, they stay quiet and avoid speaking English. But this is actually one of the biggest mistakes a learner can make. The only way to become a confident speaker is by speaking often. Every conversation gives you more experience, and every mistake teaches you something new. Don't wait until your English is perfect. Start speaking today, and your English will improve little by little.
That's absolutely true. Think about how children learn their first language. They don't study grammar books before they speak. They listen, repeat, make mistakes, and slowly become better every day. As English learners, we should do the same. Be patient with yourself and enjoy the learning process. Remember, nobody becomes fluent overnight. Success comes from small daily improvements. If you practice for just 10 or 15 minutes every day, you will notice a big difference after a few weeks or months. Consistency is much more important than studying for many hours only once in a while. I'm afraid of making mistakes when I speak English.
That's completely normal.
What should I do?
Keep speaking, even if you make mistakes.
Won't people laugh at me?
Most people will respect you because you're trying to learn.
So mistakes are part of learning?
Exactly. Every mistake helps you become a better English speaker.
Now, let's talk about shadowing. Shadowing is one of the most effective ways to improve your English speaking skills. The idea is simple. Listen carefully to a native English speaker and repeat every sentence immediately after you hear it. Try to copy the pronunciation, rhythm, stress, and intonation as closely as possible. Don't worry if you cannot do it perfectly at first. Every time you repeat a sentence, your speaking becomes a little smoother and more natural. This method trains both your ears and your mouth at the same time.
Here is a simple routine you can follow every day. First, listen to one sentence carefully. Next, pause the video and repeat the sentence aloud. Then listen again and compare your pronunciation with the speaker's pronunciation. Repeat the same sentence 2 or 3 times until it feels comfortable. Finally, continue to the next sentence. If you practice like this every day, your pronunciation, fluency, listening skills, and confidence will improve much faster than you expect.
Thank you for joining today's lesson.
We hope you learned something useful today.
Remember, mistakes are not failures.
They are opportunities to learn and improve.
Practice your English every single day.
Listen, repeat, and never give up.
We'll see you tomorrow for day 25.
Until then, keep speaking, keep learning, and keep shadowing.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.